Ouch, there's something on the video. Hey, tapping in, say hi. And who else? Mr. Tommy Hilfiger with a really blunt statement. Our design of fashion is not for the Asians. Like what? What? Why not? And then you do research. Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren, look alike. American made, American manufactured. Commodities. So the keyword was commodities. So if Tommy Hilfiger was to have more and more outlets, sales outlets in Asia, then that means there has to be realty rental. What about the prices? Is there leverage? Leverage is kind of the loop, and do you have the leverage, and do you have to handle the leverage to establish the relations? Yeah. What other words I had brought? I do a little bit of mean jokes. You know the word through? I'm gonna say it one time, right? And this is the key for everybody tapping in. In America, we spell through, you know, going through, as THRU, 4 letters. And then the proper spelling is THROUGH, and that's through. And then there is another word named thorough, THOROUGH, thorough. Yeah. And that's kind of the cookies that I sometimes put, and that's kind of a tongue twister. And with the linguistics, I really admire the Spanish. Why? Because I had looked into Spanish studies. They put a question mark in the beginning of the sentences with the question mark. I said, very good. So I know the teachers are asking questions with the dialogue. I'm going to lunch. So that's how my high school was. I was so, you know, kind of detouring things, you know, kind of like going the little routes in high school. I didn't even go to my lockers. I carried 2 books. One is inside the classroom in the corner. The other one is at home. So I just go from class to class. That was me in high school. I asked the teacher, I said, is anything putting over there at that corner because I have an extra book? Yeah. So I would put a book inside the classroom, and I have a book at home, and in between classes, I just go. So I really rarely go to the lockers. So, and I can speak Spanish a little bit. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, and then I remember making collect calls. But en sencillo español, maki uno seis. If you wish to make a collect call, please dial blah 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 blah. Yeah. What else? I really like Los Angeles because it is airy. A-I-R-Y. You go out to a yard and you feel the sunny California, airy, you know, and it is very interesting and cultivating the mind and spirits and happy spirits. Because metropolis-wise, there's the high-rises, skyscraper cities, kind of like the concrete jungle, they say, and they have the suburban, like the Los Angeles, with Wilshire being kind of the offices and accountancy, where downtown had Deloitte, Ernest & Young, KPMG, what's the other one? Deloitte, Ernest & Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and Wilshire area have all the internet data and things, and then the shopping district, of course, Beverly Hills, Melrose, Rodeo Drive, the Garment District, and then that's when the Mexicans, and you go there and just eat a taco from the food trucks, or go to the K tacos and just say, "¿Qué pasó, amigos?" You know, and it's a melting pot. They ask you where maybe the Indians might be. The Indians are kind of scattered, and they're more in the Markham in Toronto or Ontario, Canada part. It's good, and they have Indian temples in Los Angeles, and they have royalties in Los Angeles. Yeah. Yeah. What else? The French. What's so great about the French? Linguistics. It is very unique. It's like bonjour, and the sound, jour. Yeah. Or it is a gulp of air in the mouth, letting go. Vietnamese, they don't make that much no sound, and it is somewhat more a vocal cord from the mouth. The Japanese is very flow, airflow. Arigato, konnichiwa, and they don't use a lot of no sound, and it's just all tongue action. What else? French, and then you relate to the stories. Italian is a lot of flicks, you know, flicky, you know, kind of. Portuguese, Danish. So that's you know, Eastern Europe and all that. Russian is also very much another linguistics, and why I deserve and have founded the Linguistus. If you look at the family names, if it's more and more syllables, for example, konnichiwa, 4 syllables, moshi, moshi, another 4 syllables, but of course those are not family names, but I don't want to name family names, right? Each syllable is an acronym, shortened word, down chain. You know, for example, ABC is, okay, A, B, C is American, born, Chinese, so it's an acronym. Why else do I deserve these kind of company names? I'm a very somewhat, if you approve and like my poetries and things, it is poetic with rhythm, precision, and metaphor and stories telling. So I just had a lot of, quite many stories on these. And as an entrepreneur and a corporate structure feeding many people down the chain of my commands, and including commands, right? I pay attention to the development of naval services, because during merits counting, merit studies, merit timing, there is focuses that fishermen do not go out of control and just kill the fish. Excuse me. Do not just go around, you know, taking the fish from the fish corpse, and then bring it to the home country and just chow, eat. You know, there has to be season, there has to be sizes of the fish, or else you have to put it back. You have to report and the import-export to the customs when you're coming in. You have to report it to the health services if there might be outbreaks. So with the Pacific fleets, Admiral Keenan, excuse me, not Keenan, Mr. Admiral K, and the rear admirals, and being that he was the fleet admirals, right? And in each boat it was an admiral. They named, out of all the books they could recommend to us returning Americans born Chinese, or Chinese American, or Americanized Chinese, I say. I'm the Americanized Chinese. Yeah. Not so Chinese American or American born. I'm Americanized Chinese. And they told us to read The Art of Wars. I said, what? You want me to label the Mexicans as Aztecs? You know, the Great Spears? Ouch. And I have to share my time translating The Art of War? Ouch. That's strategies and strategic planning and just scoping out the enemies. I don't have enemies. War, que pasó, amigos, you know. Amigos, you know. And then the French, like, oh, hey, French. I don't even say French fries, and they get pissed. They're like, hey, now that you're a poster child, you know, poster child, you have to say French fries. What? Alright, fries, potato fries. And then you get Renault coming back in. Hey, I heard you wanted the Bugatti. No, it's a little too fast and too wide for Hong Kong streets. Ah. French fries. Yeah, that's what I eat. I know how to make French fries with starch. But, next. I want to pay a tribute to Mr. David Letterman, Mr. Jay Leno, O'Connor, you know, Stewart, and, you know, all these talk show hosts. When I was in America and just growing up, don't say I was raised or anything, growing up, you know. Hey. Just growing up, you know. Ding. You know. That's what I watched. Yeah. Who else? Antonio Hall. Jerry Springer. Who else? The Chicago show, Dr. Phil, Oprah, and a lot of the talk shows. I don't like soap operas. I thought it was fake. I thought it was just a bunch of young, good-looking faces gathered for TV shows and just start tearing because they can't make it to the mainstream, or say commercials or 90210 shows. But the talk shows are great. Yeah, excellent. And you learn the position of the show, like, hey, good morning, America, you know? Kind of face me. Tick one. You're showing too much back. The back arcs. So you're kind of like this. Yeah. So I pay attention to these things. Yeah. And sometimes I think it's just great in America. Yeah. And I can't wait to go back to shop. I'm short on supplies on some of them. Yeah. Alright, so have a good time. So review again this video. Koreans, great admiration and salute to all the Americans, capitals and strategies and development focuses in Seoul and in Pyongyang, that there are so much history, data, sales history, weather broadcast, data, observatory, and whoa, the TV, you know, the Korean Spice Girls, you know, the hip hop, the DJs now. Height, supermarket, credit card, music, and just great to see everybody smiley until the day, the festivities, no sweets. Yeah, so those kind of studies. So Koreans since 1970 and 80s, oh my goodness, the designs are so attractive. I can't wait to go there too. Also, you look at their cafes and the coffee shops. Oh my goodness, that's in Korea? That looks Santa Monica or Beverly Hills area, perimeter, or downtown, or Europe is so posh or so distinguished or so relaxed or so such a nice ambience, you know. So Korea, so, and you know, the sports. Excuse me, no leaning back. You know, the finger rolls. So just a drum kind of. So Korea, and the Kung Fu, why it hasn't made to the Olympics. Or the drunken punches, right? Alright, so still working on the Kung Fu Sanda, and that spells S-A-N-D-I or D-A-I. Sanda. Oh, I think they lift up like this. Oh, that's Sanda. And then karate is Taekwondo. Oh. Yeah. So, and then there's the Shaolin Kung Fu, and then that's the Kong, and that's the Yang, and then they have the more Tai Chi, the Yin of the inner energy. Oh, but they strike or they block. And then when they block, you just pray they don't strike. So hopefully the Chinese Kung Fu can be more, you know, understood, I guess. So that's what my linguistics company might be including. And we're not competitive. I am not competitive with other publications. It's just hopefully a integrated for young officers and teenagers or college students, where it would touch bases on various topics: computing files, management, self-management, grooming, please, grooming, no nose hair, and, you know, ladies' eyelashes, eyebrows. You know, as a guy officers, please cut your eyelashes, man. I'm telling you. And you know, the blow kiss is not really from the lips. It might be just like that. Or have you ever heard the eyelash kiss? Don't move. That's your kiss. Or the nose kiss. Yeah. Not that you're not good, but my contact list is full. You know, back then the BlackBerry only held 3,000 contacts. I had 60,000 contacts. What am I going to do with that? You know? So get on the list next time. Alright, cool. Nice. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna shoot a basket before I go. Alright, cool. Goodbye.